the lesson plan for Edsn. The title is Five Senses, grade level pre-K. Subject is science. Central focus for this lesson is students will be able to identify the five senses and the body parts associated with them. The state standards addressed are key ideas and details, standard 1, and comprehension and collaboration, standard 2. Lesson objectives and language demands, content and skill objectives. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to name five senses and the body parts associated with each of them, and language demands. So students will name the five senses, the body parts associated with each sense, and name items associated with each sense. They will describe the way something looks, feels, tastes, and sounds. The vocabulary for this lesson is going to be senses: see, taste, hear, touch, smell, eyes, ears, tongue, hands, and nose. Each of the vocabulary is going to be associated with the word, the picture, and also it's going to senses: see, taste, eyes, ear. I'll use the book My Five Senses by Achille and the five senses chart that I created. Resources is going to be also picture matching worksheets, and I will have a lot of different materials. They're going to have different things to smell, different things to taste, different things to see, different noises that like different animals make. Other materials is going to be 15 copies of picture matching worksheets, crayons, 8 oranges cut in half, a banana, stuffed animal, and harmony. Prior academic learning and prerequisite for this skill. Students will be familiar with the body parts that are associated with the senses. Misconceptions can be that a lot of students get confused with the idea of using more than one sense at a time. Beginning of the lesson, I will review the students' prior lesson based on our chart that I have. All students will sit on the rug. I will talk about the five senses. What are the five senses? What do we use our eyes for? What do we use our ears for? What do we use our nose for? What do we use our hands for? And so on. Beginning of the lesson, I will give each student half of an orange and have them look, touch, smell, and also describe. And in the end, they're gonna have to like taste it as well, and they're gonna describe what they are feeling, seeing, touching. I will record their answers as students speak on a smart board. Introducing new content. I will read the book My Five Senses by Achille. I will take a picture of work first. Let's see what do you think the book is going to be about. I will ask questions about story. I will ask students to name some things at home that they can see, touch, hear, and taste. Guided practice, I will give each student a picture and I will have them come up and put the picture on a sense chart where it belongs. The formative assessment during this whole time, I'm going to use the checklist to record the students' answer. For independent practice, each group of students will have a different activity on their tables. Group 1 will have different interests to field and they will describe them. Also, they're going to have a worksheet that they're going to match their picture with the senses. Group 2 will have different things to smell and try to guess what it is, and then they're going to match the pictures that they have with the senses on the chart, the worksheet that they're going to have. Group 3 will have different things to taste and they will guess what it is. After that, they're going to have different pictures and they will sort the pictures in the chart that they're going to be provided with, the worksheet. Accommodation and differentiation. I will pair students that have trouble to understand with students who understand the lesson. Also, I will work one-on-one with students having trouble to complete the activity. For the English learners, I will make sure to have pictures for each the theory I believe in. It's Vygotsky's theory, social cultural theory, which supports children learn best through hands-on experience. I really believe that each child should experience first, not just read a book or something to them, but first give them the chance to experience what they're going to learn about. Then also I believe on Vygotsky, the strategy that interaction with peers, it helps them develop skills and strategy, because during the lesson a lot of children may not understand what's going on, but their peers may understand, so they're going to answer the questions and they can listen and learn from their peers. Assessment. The first assessment is going to be the checklist. I will use the checklist to see who got the lesson, who did not understand the lesson. That's going to be an evidence for me to see clearly who needs help. The feedback is going to be either a small group or one-on-one lesson. And assessment number 2 is going to be the worksheets. The learning activity worksheet will give me a clear idea which student do not understand the lesson, and I'm going to use this evidence to work one-on-one with the student and explain again the lesson, maybe in a different, using a different strategy so the student can better understand.